Hello, I'm Larissa. Welcome to Goblins of Discord. This video is for Enneagram Type 3s, Wing 3s, and 3 fixers, because everyone has a heart center, obviously. So, yeah, so 3s are shame types, they're image types, they're heart types, and all image heart types are shame types. So, meaning that basically what the personality is trying to do is avoid shame. The coping mechanisms that our personality types operating, like it's the personality trap, if you will. Like to avoid feeling shame, I have to do these things. And for 3s, it's um, being seen as valuable, desirable, being the best at something, being the hottest, being the sexiest, being the most skillful, being the most valued, being appreciated, and having their self-worth reflected back to them. Um, and so it's like I get self-worth through this thing. It usually shows up through the dominant instinct, so that'll be through the social realm, the self-pres realm, which is like often skills, or what I have, like my house, my car, my body, and the sexual realm. So that's like desirability, attractability, like being the most attractive and able to hook, or it could be specifically to one person, but and so it's like if I'm not that most desirable thing, that most impressive thing, that shiny, appreciated, valued thing, then I don't exist. And if that made you feel a certain way, just me saying that, take some nice deep breaths, because every single type has their own version of this, and we're kind of doing multiple types at the same time. Thank you, Enneagram. Thank you, machine elves. So if you drop into that right now, whatever sensations are coming up for you, just being with this. Obviously I should have said this at the gate, but maybe do this like in privacy, or pause right now and go be somewhere you can just be with yourself for a few minutes in case it brings up emotions. Maybe you have a little bit of cry. Um, but every person has, at the bottom of a lot of stuff is like, I'm not enough as I am. I'm not good enough. I'm not worthy. Not lovable. A lot of these fears are like just part of the human programming. And I think even animals have this on some level too. I've observed, but yeah. So that's just a human fear. But for threes, how it shows up is like through shame. So if they don't have their gaze reflected back to them, their self-worth reflected back to them, it feels horrifying. Or someone reflects back to them like information contrary to how they want to be seen, and it might be like how they fear they really are, like authentically at their core. Then it can trigger like a real shame image crisis. So take nice deep breaths, because when you just allow that, it doesn't have control over you anymore, and it will lessen and lessen. And you can't actually, because how we get controlled by our type is um, our reactions to that trigger and our personality. And for threes, it's like I have to keep up, I have to compete, I have to outdo, or I have to be this like thing, and I might adulterate myself in a direction that I don't want to be adulterated. Like the women who get like a ton of plastic surgery or like Botox and fillers and all this stuff, because it's like generated by self-worth, or like getting that job that you hate because it gives you that kind of social clout, or the house you want, and this kind of stuff, or dating a person that you aren't even in love with because it's more impressive, and maybe the person you're in love with is like some grimy little creature that doesn't look good for your image. These are just some things I'm throwing out. So take nice deep breaths, because this is science. What happens is if you just allow yourself to feel those feelings that you're pushing away, you're resisting, you're trying to escape, if you just allow yourself to actually feel them and accept them with an open heart, they don't have the same effect on you. They kind of float away. I say this in all the videos that I'm doing, but it's like a balloon that you're trying to keep down, like a helium balloon, and you're like in a pool or something, and you're trying to keep this balloon down, like, but you're exerting so much energy to keep the balloon down. But it's like if you just allow balloon to float, like a Pennywise. Pennywise, we all float down here. If you just let it do what it wants to do, the feeling to just be experienced, to be seen, to be held, and accepted for what it is, it no longer stays because what we resist persists, as Freud, Jung, one of them says. If you just allow it to be, it actually floats away or it pops. And then the next time you get triggered, oh, it didn't hurt as much because I didn't have this gestalt of like decades of pain and suffering behind it. And it will keep lessening and it will keep having less and less control over you. And you'll be able to like start acting more, less out of NPC mode, which to me, I say is not present in conscious mode, and more into your actual divine spirit, where you're actually able to use your like little, your little avatar to get more of what your truest soul desires and what you were put in this reality for. But I mean, I feel like threes probably do feel a sense of purpose, but so yeah, take a nice deep breath. So you can just trust that you are safe to experience whatever this is. I can't see it. Nobody else can see it. Nobody else knows what's going on inside. So you're safe to just experience whatever this thing is. And again, like shame is like a regular human emotion, but for shame types, it's especially sticky. So you want to drop into that right now. Maybe, and you might want to watch this a few times if there's a few things going on for you, but it's like if there's a feeling of like, I'm not good enough unless I'm like this or I do this. I'm not lovable unless I'm like this or I do this or I have this. I'm not worthy unless this. And just sit with whatever comes up for you. Taking nice deep breaths. Whatever that thing is that feels dangerous or unsafe or gross, just accept it. Breathe into it. Nice deep breaths into the belly, dropping into your whole body, into your feet, your legs, your jennies, your mashed potatoes. I'm so sorry. Your guts, your lungs, your heart, your shoulders, your hands, your arms, your throat. Sometimes comes up through the throat, the face. Maybe you're holding the feeling of the sensation of tears in your chest. And just trust that this weird lady on the internet is onto something. And just sit with me for like 60 to 90 seconds, taking nice deep breaths, and just allow whatever that part of you is, that sensation. Maybe it's a symbol, maybe it's you when you're younger. Maybe there's like a specific memory attached to this. Maybe it's a little weird creature. I picture mine as kind of like a golem. The part of me that like when I'm doing this kind of work with myself, this comes up for all types. So you might have like a little figure or a monster or something. And just allow that sensation or that part of yourself to just be. Taking nice deep breaths without any kind of judgment. And open your heart. Open your heart with nice deep breaths, with like an unconditional love for whatever you're witnessing, whatever part of yourself, whether it's just a fear that you have, a feeling, a thought, a memory, something you did in the past, something that somebody saw you do or thought about you, whatever that is, something that happened to you, just be with it with an open heart towards yourself, that part of yourself. Nice deep breaths. You can even imagine yourself creating a kind of space for that, so that the sensation that's in this balloon was able to just pass through you, because when you just witness it, you see it, it moves on. And we're not trying to get rid of it, because it's part of us, right? But it's just this stickiness around it that moves on. And then all you're left with is the true heart. It's just a little part of you. And whenever you tend to it, it's like the Babadook. Whenever you tend to the Babadook, you feed the Babadook. You allow it, you see it, you love it, then it doesn't get big and wreak havoc on your life, right? It doesn't make you wake up in a pile of like blow and regret and chlamydia. um, just allowing that part and holding it gently and lightly. And maybe right now you're thinking like, what did I need to hear? What does that part of me need to hear? Or what do they want to say? And just allow there to be an exchange right now. Just allowing again whatever's coming up to just bubble up, just be, just float up, 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 up. It's totally safe. It's safe for you, just be with it. And maybe you're starting to feel lighter. Maybe you're already starting to feel a little bit more relaxed or like just, I don't know, less sticky, less in resistance. Taking nice deep breaths because worth, what is worth? Do you know what I mean? Like who sets the definition of what that is? Like sometimes that comes from our conditioning, our parental shit, our culture, people around us, our friends, like fucking whatever. Sometimes it comes from our personality type. I have to be this way or I'm not good enough. I have to be this way or I'm not lovable. What if you just drop into that right now and you see like these are constructs. I'm lovable 24 fucking 7, even if I'm like I don't know why I was imagining swinging through the trees naked with like shit spraying everywhere. I don't know. Maybe that's not your image. Yeah, that's definitely not your image. It's a 3. But it's like even like no matter what, it's like your divine spirit, your essence, who you really are, who is not this ego, who is not this personality type, who is not the skin suit, the Sims, um, your divine spirit is always lovable, is always enough, more than enough, more than worthy, because these are just constructs, they're just sensations, they're just states. But is like drop into the feeling of being unconditionally loved. Breathe into that. How does unconditional love feel to you? And if it feels like sticky, just take nice deep breaths. I'm safe to experience unconditional love. I'm safe to experience feeling enough without having to do anything. Nice deep breaths. If you're struggling with this, then imagine yourself achieving that goal or reaching that state that you're chasing. Whether it's like the ultimate attractiveness or the ultimate level of expertise or popularity, like fame, whatever that is, allow yourself to just imagine that then and allow that feeling to flow through you right now. If you get that thing or you are that thing, allow that to flow through you, taking nice deep breaths. And maybe what you notice is that you can just feel that way. It doesn't come from outside of you. You're the one who sets the temperature for the emotional sauna. uh, you're the one who um, sets the mood, the internal mood. You're the DJ. You're the one who picks the songs, picks the internal narratives. You get to play like don't. I'm lovable exactly as I am. Don't. I'm more than enough exactly as I am. Don't. And you get to feel that way all the time. And then when you're allowing yourself to just be that way without that external orientation or gaze, it doesn't control you anymore. You're like, you're fucking in control of your Sims character. And this is a process. This doesn't like happen overnight, but you might already feel like a lot better and a lot lighter right now where it's like, damn, you know what? I don't think I will go get that Botox tomorrow. Or you know what? I actually don't even like that whatever. Like maybe it's going to become like a slow awareness, but the thing is like every time you feel that activation in yourself, like, oh, I don't feel worthy, or like, oh, like I'm not seen how I want to be seen, and now I feel in danger. My self-worth is in danger, or like people's gaze is in danger, or like that yeah, the existential terror that every type gets when their type is being threatened, the coping mechanism, the belief system, and you get to drop in and be like, wait, I see what's happening. If I just allow myself to feel worthy as I am, regardless of anything external, it doesn't feel as threatening anymore, right? Anyways, I hope that this was helpful, three.